Welcome to Warriors TV. We're joined by General Manager Willie Dunn. Hi Willie, how are you doing?
Fine. It's we're back here at the old barn. It's been a long summer, but it's also went very very quickly for us, I think, and it's good to be back. It's the first proper training, but the guys have been in for about 4 or 5 weeks, and they're ready to go. We'll see how they are tonight after the training session.
It's been a very busy summer.
Yeah, it has for us. We've obviously got a much bigger squad. We've moved leagues. That took quite a bit of time and phone calls and meetings and such like. So it's been busy. It's been different from other summers. And we had the fans forum a few weeks ago as well, which I thought was well attended and went very well. And we're all just, I think everybody just wanting to get back on the ice.
So one thing that's come as a bit of a surprise, I mentioned that we've had a very busy summer. This wasn't on anybody's radar. Cameron Ware, how did that come about?
Yeah, it wasn't on our radar. Here we are, Wednesday, and I think Tony got phoned by Mike Ware, which is his old teammate from the Racers days, last Wednesday, to say, hey, my son has been playing. He's been at college. He's got his degree in cyber security, and he's coming over to the UK, and he has a British passport. And Tony first of all phoned me, and he says, look, this kid might be coming in. How do we go about getting him a passport if he's, he'll need one? How long will that take? And I said, that'll take quite a while. And then Tony phoned back and said, no, he's actually got a British passport. And this has been the problem I've been explaining to people for the last 2 years, that within our league and the Scottish League, you have to meet a certain criteria. One of them is if you're a British passport or dual national British passport holder. Cam is that. He's also coming to study, but he's not going to come in under that. He's going to come in as a British citizen. So it's happened very quickly. He's going to come in on Monday of next week. He'll train next Wednesday, and he'll play in the pre-season games as well. So it's been very quick for us, very quick for him as well. I spoke to him when I was coming down today, and he's packing his stuff and getting his kit all ready to go because he flies into Edinburgh Monday morning, and I'm picking up at 10 o'clock. Bizarre, but that's what happens sometimes in hockey. You get lucky, and Tony obviously playing with Mike, and a lot of your older fans will remember Mike Ware as a player. It's very hard to forget. He played 3-4 years at the Murrayfield Racers, played for the Cardiff Devils and the Sheffield Steelers. Bit of a legend. He was quite a tough player to play against, but I think a lot of people underestimate how good his hands was and how good a player he was. Even though he played D most of the time in the Racers, he could still put up big points, and we'll see what happens with Cam when he comes in, if he can settle in. It takes a while sometimes for an import to settle in. We're not coming in and saying he's like the new Wayne Gretzky or anything like that. He's going to come in, he'll work hard, he'll work with Tony, and hopefully he'll put the points up for us.
It's great to see some of the other new faces in the squad this season as well. It's media night tonight, which is why we're all here. Everyone's been getting the photos taken. It's great to meet some of the young kids that I haven't met before. What can you tell us about though?
Well, there's a number of new guys coming in. Ben Richards is new to me. He's not new to everybody else. He's a character.
The
baby-faced assassin. Yeah, I can see why. It's great to have Ben back. He contacted Tony over the summer, and we've managed to get him in. Lucas Campion, who was at our very first training session here a few years ago before he went off to the States. He's come back to the area. He trained, I think, at Easter time with us, and again contacted Tony over the summer. He's come in. Looking forward to seeing Lucas. He promises a lot. So we'll see if he can deliver. Tom Brown, goalie. He needs no introduction to Warriors fans because he's broke our hearts a few times playing for Billingham. Good goalie. Him and Josh are two good goalkeepers this season for us. Having Matty McDonald coming back in September, he's moving back to the area, is a big plus for us in the D. We've got young George Cowie playing in the D as well, the slim one. He's a very calm and collected character on the puck. You've got Ethan Dunn, who people have seen last year coming in and getting some shifts, particularly more towards the end of the season. You'll see more of him this season, we think. Ollie Jardine, there's big things expected from him. He's a great young lad. He works very, very hard. I think he has the potential to really set the league on fire at such a young age at 16. Jack Williams as well. He's a young kid who's really impressed Tony towards the end of last season. Big lad as well. I noticed when I first saw him, and he's going to make an impact. So we've got these juniors coming into the system. We've got the older players as well, our returners, and you've got new faces. So we've got a bigger squad than we've had in the last few years because we've learnt our lessons, particularly on the road where some guys can't make it, or there's injuries or there's suspensions or whatever. And we think we've got the balance right. That last piece of the jigsaw was that other forward, that quality bit of forward, and hopefully Cameron Ware's going to fill that spot for us.
You mentioned missing out on players on the road due to various other commitments. Do you think that we have enough depth in the squad to mitigate that this season?
Yes, I think we've got more depth than we've ever had, and it's not depth just in the sense of having a body. It's depth in having people who can step in and actually contribute, and that's the key for us that I think we've missed. When you take out one or two players through suspension or injury, there was a big drop-off in the ability for us as a team to get results. I think that is mitigated a bit this season, but we've got to be smart. We've got to keep out of the penalty box. We've got to stop the suspensions. Hopefully our guys will be all fit and healthy for the whole season, because we had horrendous injuries last year. But I think we can do things in this league, but it's going to be tough. I keep saying this every interview, Andy, that I've done. This league is tough. There are some good teams with some very, very good players, young and older ones, and every game's going to be new for us, and every game's going to be a battle for us.
We covered all of these on our first episode of the podcast. We talked in depth, or rather you talked in depth about some of the teams. So here we are. It's the first full training session of the season. It all begins here.
Yeah, it does. And as I said earlier on, the guys have been in since the beginning of July. That's unheard of in this club. Normally they rock up at this corresponding training session in the previous years, but there's a different atmosphere, there's a different attitude, and there's a different desire, I think, amongst this squad of players. There's a great atmosphere in the changing room as well. Tonight they'll get the first taste of Tony running the training session, which will be interesting for them. I'm sure there'll be a few sore legs tomorrow and next weekend as well, and then we hit the ice against Billingham away on the 30th, at home here on the 31st. We want to fill the place, we want people to welcome the new players, but we want to also beat them. You know, it doesn't stop just because we moved to Scotland doesn't mean we don't want to beat Billingham. So that's what we're going to try and do.
Well, thanks for joining us, Willie, and we'll catch up again soon.
No problem.